Hi, I'm Chase. In this episode, we will talk about call center planning. Here are the topics we will speak of. Call forecasting for making an accurate plan. Which metrics are used to set the accurate number of agents? And how critical is the agent's adherence to their assigned schedules? Call center planning is important to meet customer contacts in line with the goals of the organization. It is a necessity as well. The basis of this need lies in meeting the calls in line with customer satisfaction with the right number of personnel. Because call center managers have to ensure customer satisfaction on the one hand and use customer representatives effectively on the other. This is only possible with proper planning. Enormous number of staff means high costs. Inadequate number of staff means low customer satisfaction. Calls cannot be answered. Not only customer, but also employee satisfaction is affected by a wrong planning. Planning in call center is done for this purpose, and agents are expected to follow this plan. Along with this, adherence to the schedule is monitored. Human is the primary factor affecting the planning in the call center. Both customers and agents form the two aspects of human factor. The second crucial factor is the organizational goals. If the organizations want to serve their customers faster, then they must put more agents in the planning. Working conditions are another factor affecting planning. Technological infrastructure affects the entire system. For example, the change in the screens and the diversions of the call reception system are always taken into consideration in the planning. The organization's planning, such as campaigns, marketing activities, and advertising strategies, directly affects the call center. Call center planning starts by seeing the big picture. With the call center's one-year plan, the targets are set 1 year in advance. Generally, this plan is made in the last quarter of the year in businesses. This plan and the goals guide the action plan for the next year, and it forms the basis of the annual budget. Successful planning in the call center depends on accurate prediction. Predicting the seasonal trends, the number of customers, campaigns, targets, and strategies, etc. Forecasting the number of the calls in the coming days would be a good start. Call forecasting is not an easy task. Incoming calls from the past period are taken as reference. However, this is not the only data. Campaign periods, seasonal changes, time zones affect call forecasts. For example, if you work in a restaurant call center, meal times are very important to you. Your calls will probably increase during those hours. Valentine's Day may not be included in the planning in a bank, but if you work in the call center of a gift shop, special days will be hectic times. Based on all these issues, let's summarize which areas should be concentrated in order to make an accurate call forecast. Historical call data by days of the week, work days and holidays in the month, data pertaining to industry-specific days, for example, invoicing date, billing date, distribution of calls during the day, national and religious holidays, advertising and campaigns with industry-based competitive factors, SMS and mails to be sent to customers, the effect of new entrants, other factors such as weather. After the call forecasts are completed, the planning phase begins. At this stage, how many agents are needed to meet the estimated calls is figured out. There are some metrics to consider. Now let's take a look at them. AHT, average handle time, is an important data for planning. Let's think about two different call centers. One's AHT is 2 minutes, and the other is 5. These two organizations cannot be operated with the same source. The longer the AHT, the worse the metrics become. To serve more customers and even answer the waiting customers in shorter times, you are expected to comply with the targeted AHT in call centers. As we said, AHT is taken as a basis while planning the call center. But there is something to keep in mind. Your planning is disrupted when agents speak longer than expected. This means you are missing your corporate goals. For this reason, agents should keep up with the call times determined in the planning. While making the estimation, the break time, annual leave, and absenteeism rates of agents should be added to the planning. For example, you found that you need 100 representatives after planning. This means that at a given time, 100 representatives will be able to answer the phone so that you can meet your goals. But the fact is not like that. If 100 people need to talk to the customer in this interval, you should make extra planning for the agents who take a break, attend a meeting, do ACW, or are sick. The difference between these two is called call center shrinkage. We should consider shrinkage when planning the number of employees. Call center shrinkage is the number of agents actively attending to customers divided by the number of agents who are unavailable at that point in time. This value is particularly important. Shrinkage log-in, log-out times are affected by compliance, absences, holidays, or public holidays. However, it is also affected by internal processes such as coaching and training sessions, system outages, team meetings. Agent compatibility is also significant for estimations. For example, an agent who can answer calls in different languages are more preferred in planning, so it increases the call center efficiency. The service level target varies according to the position of the organizations in the market and the experience they want to provide to their customers. If the goal is only to receive calls, an average level can be set. However, as you focus on customer satisfaction, you need more resources to reduce waiting times on the line. Once the planning is done, the implementation phase begins. The efficiency of the planning is reflected in the success of this phase. After the implementation, there is monitoring phase. For the success of the planning, the agent's adherence to the schedule is also necessary. Adherence to schedule is the agent's ability to adhere to the planned order or rules. The accurate functioning of the plan depends on the accurate prediction as well as the adherence to the schedule. Lingering for a few extra minutes during a break or a slightly longer than usual mealtime may not be considered a non-adherence for an agent. But unfortunately, it is not that simple. While making the plan, the adherence or non-adherence of one agent changes the rate of the adherence to the schedule at the end of the day. After all, there may be hundreds of other agents answering the call. However, the planning of that moment was made by assuming the agent's time to return from lunch or break. Having the right number of agents in the right place at the right time is vital for a call center. Schedule adherence means being there and ready to take the calls when needed. Schedule adherence is a metric revealing whether call center agents are adhering to their assigned schedules. The metric is defined as a percentage of the working day where an agent is available for calls. Let's look at the schedule adherence formula together. As you see, we divide minutes in adherence by total scheduled minutes and multiply the result by 100 to express it in percentages. Schedule time. High adherence percentages indicate that things are on track and agents are scheduled to adherence. Adherence rate of 100% is not a realistic target. However, as a call center manager, you also should not aim for extremely low adherence rate. Low adherence rates indicate that your call center is not operating efficiently. That's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.